Carol pulled the pillowcase off one of our bed pillows last October and held it up. The entire surface was yellow. Dark yellow in the center where my head sits, fading lighter toward the edges. She checked all 4 pillows on the bed. Every one of them looked the same. She had used pillowcases and pillow protectors on all of them since we bought them. She had done everything right, and they still looked like they had been dipped in mustard. She priced replacements online. 8 pillows at $25 average came to $200. But I took those pillows, spent about 50 cents on a powder, and 24 hours later, every one of them was white again. In the next 33 minutes, I am going to show you 3 things. First, exactly what causes the yellowing in the first place, and why it is not a hygiene problem no matter what the bedding industry tells you. Second, the real history of how the bedding industry shifted from a restore model to a replace model in the early 1950s, turning a $1 fix into a $200 purchase cycle. And third, the complete step-by-step method to restore any yellowed pillow to white using a compound that costs about $1, including the 5 mistakes that will either destroy the pillow fill, leave the stains worse than before, or create a smell that takes days to get out of your bathroom. I will also tell you about a woman named Nadine who managed laundry operations at a luxury hotel for 18 years. And what she told me about what hotels actually do with yellowed pillows will change the way you think about every hotel room you have ever slept in. Here is what happens when you notice your pillows are yellow, because I guarantee this sequence is familiar. You feel embarrassed. Even though nobody sees your bare pillows except you and your partner, there is something deeply uncomfortable about looking at a yellow pillow and knowing your head has been resting on it every night. So you flip the pillow over. The other side is yellow too. You put the pillowcase back on and try to forget about it. Then, a guest comes to stay and you need to make up the guest bed, and you realize the guest pillows are yellow too. Now the embarrassment has an audience, so you go to the store and buy new pillows. Maybe you spend $20 each, maybe you spend $40 for the nicer ones. You put the new pillows on the beds, and the old ones go in the trash. They are not torn, not flat, not worn out. They are just yellow. You threw away perfectly functional pillows because of a color. Carol told me that the pillow moment was worse than the laundry moment from a few months earlier. She said at least with the shirts, nobody could see the problem unless they stood close and smelled. With the pillows, it was visual. She said she had a friend stay overnight the previous summer, and she changed the guest room pillowcases 3 times, trying to find one thick enough that the yellow would not show through. She settled on a dark gray case because the white one was practically transparent. She said she lay in bed that night wondering if her friend had noticed. That kind of low-grade worry over something that costs 50 cents to fix is exactly what the bedding industry counts on. They need you to feel embarrassed enough to buy new pillows, but not resourceful enough to whiten the ones you have. And here is the part the bedding industry does not want you to think about. Every pillow yellows. Every single one. It does not matter how clean you are, how often you shower before bed, how many protectors and cases you layer on top. Your scalp produces sebum. Sebum is a natural oil secreted by the sebaceous glands in your skin to moisturize and protect your hair and scalp. Everyone produces it. Every day, all day. When you sleep, your head presses against the pillow for 6 to 8 hours, and the warmth and pressure push sebum through the pillowcase and into the pillow fabric. This is not dirt. It is not a sign of poor hygiene. It is normal human biology. The yellowing happens when those sebum molecules oxidize. Sebum contains fatty acids, primarily oleic acid and palmitic acid. When these fatty acids are exposed to oxygen in the air, they undergo a chemical reaction called lipid peroxidation. The products of that reaction, lipid peroxides and aldehydes, are yellow pigmented compounds. The longer the pillow sits between washes, the deeper the oxidation penetrates, and the darker the yellow becomes. This is the exact same chemistry that turns a white cotton t-shirt yellow in the armpits. Same compound, same reaction, same result. Have you ever noticed that armpit stains are always yellow, never brown or gray? That is because oxidized sebum is specifically yellow. It is chemistry, not cleanliness. And here is something most people do not realize. The yellowing accelerates over time because the initial oxidation products act as catalysts for further oxidation. The first 6 months of a new pillow, the yellowing is barely visible. Between 6 months and a year, it becomes noticeable. After a year, it progresses rapidly because the existing yellow compounds are promoting the oxidation of new sebum as it arrives. This is why a pillow that looked fine last month can suddenly look dramatically yellow. The reaction is not linear, it compounds. And this accelerating curve is exactly what the bedding industry counts on, because the visual shock of suddenly noticing deep yellowing is what triggers the impulse to buy a replacement. The reason your pillowcase and pillow protector do not prevent it is that sebum molecules are small enough to migrate through woven fabric by capillary action. The same way water wicks through a paper towel, sebum wicks through cotton. A protector slows the process, but does not stop it. Over months of nightly use, the sebum accumulates in the pillow fabric and oxidizes, and turns yellow from the inside out. Does anyone in the bedding industry explain this to you when they sell you a pillow protector and promise it will keep your pillow clean? They do not, because a protector that admits it only delays the yellowing would undermine the message that yellowing means the pillow is used up and needs to be replaced. Now here is the chemistry that reverses it. Sodium percarbonate is a white powder that looks like coarse baking soda. When you dissolve it in hot water, it breaks down into 2 components: hydrogen peroxide and sodium carbonate. The hydrogen peroxide is an oxidizing agent that attacks the yellow lipid peroxide compounds and breaks their molecular bonds. When those bonds break, the yellow pigment loses its color. The compound is still there, but it is no longer visible because the chromophore, the part of the molecule that absorbs light and creates the yellow appearance, has been destroyed. The sodium carbonate is an alkaline surfactant that emulsifies the greasy sebum residue and lifts it out of the fabric so it can be rinsed away. The 2 components work together. One decolorizes the stain, the other removes the source. My sister Connie tried this on pillows that had been yellow for 6 years, and the result floored her. I will tell you what happened with Connie's pillows after I walk you through the steps. The water temperature matters because sodium percarbonate activates slowly in cold water and rapidly in hot water. Below 100 degrees, the reaction is too slow to produce meaningful bleaching. Between 120 and 140 degrees, the activation rate is optimal. Above 160 degrees, the hydrogen peroxide decomposes too quickly and gases off before it can penetrate the fabric. You want the sweet spot, hot enough to activate, cool enough to persist. This is not new chemistry. This is chemistry that every professional laundry operation in the country used as standard practice through the 1940s. Oxygen bleaching with sodium percarbonate or sodium perborate was the standard method for whitening linens in hotels, hospitals, and commercial laundries for decades. The method worked, it was cheap, and it extended the useful life of linens by years. A hotel in 1940 could buy a pillow, oxygen bleach it every few months, and use it for 5 to 10 years. The pillow did not need to be replaced because of yellowing. It needed to be replaced when the fill compressed and lost its loft. That was the end of a pillow's life, not a yellow stain. Then the bedding industry changed the economics. After World War II, synthetic pillow fills like polyester fiber fill became cheap to manufacture. The cost of producing a pillow dropped from several dollars to under $1 in materials, and the industry realized something important. A pillow that lasts 10 years is 1 sale per decade. A pillow that gets thrown away every 1 to 2 years because it looks yellow is 5 to 10 sales per decade. The shift was deliberate, and it was led by marketing, not by science. The National Sleep Foundation, which receives significant funding from bedding manufacturers and retailers, including companies like Tempur Sealy, Serta Simmons, and major retailers, began publishing recommendations in the early 1950s that pillows should be replaced every 1 to 2 years for hygiene reasons. The language was carefully chosen. They did not say, Replace your pillow when the fill wears out. They said replace your pillow when it shows signs of wear, including discoloration. Discoloration. That single word turned a cosmetic issue into a hygiene recommendation, and a hygiene recommendation into a purchasing trigger. The reasoning cited dust mites, allergens, and the idea that a yellowed pillow was a contaminated pillow. But the yellowing is not contamination. It is oxidized oil that can be reversed with $1 worth of oxygen bleach. The dust mites can be killed with a hot wash cycle, which the oxygen bleach soak also accomplishes since the water temperature exceeds the thermal death point for mites. And the allergens can be removed with the same treatment. The replacement recommendation was not based on the pillow being worn out. It was based on the pillow looking worn out. And the industry made sure you did not know the difference. The scale of this is worth understanding. Americans buy approximately 350 million pillows per year. At an average price of $15 to $30 per pillow, that is a market worth $4.5 billion annually. A significant portion of those purchases are driven not by the pillow failing functionally, but by the pillow yellowing visually. If every consumer in the country knew that yellowing is reversible for 50 cents, the pillow replacement market would shrink by billions. That is the number the industry is protecting, not your hygiene. Their revenue. Here is how to restore your pillows. Follow these steps exactly. Step 1. Check the care label. Most polyester fill and down alternative pillows can be washed. Most down and feather pillows can be washed if handled carefully. Memory foam and latex pillows cannot be soaked and should not be submerged. This method works on washable pillows only. If your pillow says dry clean only or spot clean only, follow that instruction. Step 2. Fill a bathtub with hot water. You want the water between 120 and 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Most home water heaters are set to 120, so the hottest water from your tap is usually about right. Fill the tub enough to fully submerge 2 pillows. You can do more, but work in batches of 2 for best results. Step 3. Add 1 cup of sodium percarbonate powder to the hot water and stir until dissolved. The water will fizz slightly as the compound begins releasing hydrogen peroxide. This is normal. If you have hard water, add half a cup of washing soda, which is sodium carbonate, as a booster. The washing soda softens the water and allows the percarbonate to work more effectively. Step 4. Submerge the pillows and squeeze them several times to force the solution into the fill. Pillows float, so push them down and press the air out. You want the oxygen bleach solution saturating the entire pillow, not just the surface. Let them soak for 4 to 6 hours. I usually do this in the morning and come back after lunch. Now, here is where Frank made a mistake that cost me a pillow and a fair amount of credibility with Carol. The first time I tried this, I used boiling water straight from a pot on the stove because I thought hotter would be better. I poured nearly boiling water into the tub and dropped a polyester fill pillow in. The extreme heat softened the polyester fibers, and they clumped together into hard lumps. When I pulled the pillow out and dried it, it felt like a sack of tennis balls. The fill never recovered. The pillow was ruined. Carol looked at me and said, "Well, now we need 5 new pillows instead of 4. Hot tap water, not boiling. 120 to 140 degrees. That range exists for a reason." Step 5. After soaking, drain the tub and squeeze as much of the solution out of the pillows as you can. Then wash them in the washing machine on a gentle cycle with warm water and a small amount of regular detergent to remove the loosened sebum residue. Run an extra rinse cycle to make sure all the cleaning compounds are flushed out. Step 6. Dry the pillows completely. This is critical. A pillow that stays damp inside will develop mildew, and then you have a real hygiene problem instead of a cosmetic one. Dry on low heat in the dryer with 2 or 3 clean tennis balls or dryer balls. The balls break up clumps in the fill and promote even drying. Check the pillow after the cycle ends. If the center still feels cool or damp, run another cycle. Complete drying can take 2 to 3 hours for thick pillows. Do not rush this step. For ongoing maintenance, repeat this treatment every 3 to 4 months. A quarterly soak prevents the oxidized sebum from building up to the point where it becomes deeply set and visible through the pillowcase. If you treat your pillows 4 times a year, you will never see significant yellowing again. Each treatment costs about 50 cents and takes about 30 minutes of active work. That is $2 and 2 hours per year to keep every pillow in your house white indefinitely. Compare that to the $200 replacement cycle that the bedding industry designed for you. If you are looking at your pillows right now and planning to try this tonight, subscribe before you forget. I have another video coming next week about a compound the cleaning industry has been hiding since the early 60s, and you will want to be here for it. Now let me tell you about Nadine, because what she told me about hotel pillows should horrify you and reassure you at the same time. Nadine managed the laundry department at a 4-star hotel in Philadelphia for 18 years. She oversaw a facility that processed linens for 312 rooms, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I met her through my sister Connie, who knows Nadine from church. I asked Nadine how often the hotel replaced its pillows. She said every 3 to 4 years, and only when the fill lost its loft, never because of yellowing. I asked her what they did about the yellowing. She said every pillow in the hotel went through an oxygen bleach soak cycle once a month, sodium percarbonate in hot water, exactly the method I just described. She said a pillow that was soaked monthly stayed white for its entire service life. 312 rooms, 2 pillows per bed minimum, over 600 pillows rotated through an oxygen bleach treatment every 30 days. The cost per pillow per treatment was about 50 cents, and the pillows stayed white for years. I asked Nadine what would happen if the hotel followed the National Sleep Foundation recommendation and replaced every pillow every 1 to 2 years. She did the math out loud. 600 pillows at roughly $20 wholesale, $12,000 every 18 months. Instead, the hotel spent about $300 a month on sodium percarbonate and labor, and replaced pillows every 3 to 4 years when the fill actually wore out. The oxygen bleach program saved the hotel roughly $8,000 to $10,000 per replacement cycle. She said multiply that across the hotel chains in this country, and the savings are in the hundreds of millions annually. The hotels know. They have always known. The information just never made it from the commercial laundry industry to the consumer. I asked Nadine the obvious question. If hotels have been doing this for decades, why do bedding companies tell consumers to replace pillows every year? She did not laugh the way Bev laughed when I asked her about the acid rinse. Nadine got serious. She said the hotel industry and the bedding industry have different business models. A hotel owns its pillows. It has every incentive to extend their life because replacement is a capital cost. A bedding manufacturer sells pillows. It has every incentive to shorten their life because replacement is revenue. She said the 1 to 2 year replacement recommendation is not about hygiene. It is about turnover. A family that replaces 4 pillows a year at $30 each generates $120 in annual revenue. A family that whitens its pillows with $1 of oxygen bleach generates 0 revenue. She said the industry's worst nightmare is a consumer who knows how to maintain what they already own. Connie, my sister from the squeaky floor video, tried the method on her guest room pillows after I told her about it. Her pillows were 6 years old and deep yellow. She had been planning to throw them away before her daughter's family came for Thanksgiving. She soaked them for 5 hours, washed them, and dried them with tennis balls. She called me that evening and said, "Frank, they look like the day I bought them." She sent me a photo. White. Not off-white, not slightly improved. White. 6-year-old pillows that she was about to throw away, restored for about 80 cents worth of powder. She said her daughter slept on those pillows over Thanksgiving and asked her when she bought new ones. Connie said I did not buy new ones. I cleaned the old ones. Her daughter asked how. Connie told her. And now her daughter does the same thing at her own house. 3 generations of knowledge transferred in one phone call. That is how this was supposed to work. Mother to daughter, neighbor to neighbor, before the bedding industry decided it was more profitable to replace than restore. Now I need to be honest about the limits. This method works on pillows with polyester fill, down alternative fill, and natural down or feather fill. It does not work on memory foam or latex foam pillows because the foam structure cannot withstand prolonged soaking without degrading. If you have memory foam pillows that are yellowed, the only option is a surface spot treatment with a hydrogen peroxide spray, which may lighten the stains but will not restore them to white. Very old stains, meaning pillows that have been yellow for 5 or more years without any treatment, may require 2 rounds of soaking. The first soak will lighten them significantly, but deeply set oxidation sometimes needs a second 4 to 6 hour treatment a week later to fully break down the remaining pigment. Do not expect a single soak to reverse 5 years of accumulated sebum oxidation. It might, but plan for 2. Here are 5 mistakes that will ruin the treatment. Mistake number 1. Using boiling water or water above 160 degrees. I already told you what happened to my polyester pillow. Extreme heat damages synthetic fills permanently and can shrink natural down clusters. Hot tap water is the ceiling. Mistake number 2. Using chlorine bleach instead of oxygen bleach. Chlorine bleach will whiten the fabric, but it degrades the structural integrity of both polyester and down fibers. Over time, chlorine bleach makes pillow fabric brittle and causes the fill to break down into dust. Oxygen bleach whitens without degrading. The distinction matters. Check the label. It must say sodium percarbonate or oxygen bleach, not sodium hypochlorite, which is chlorine bleach. And never mix the two. Chlorine bleach neutralizes the oxygen bleach and produces chlorine gas in sufficient concentration. Keep them completely separate. Mistake number 3. Not drying the pillows completely. A pillow that goes back on the bed with moisture trapped in the fill will grow mildew within days. You will trade a yellow stain for a health hazard. 2 to 3 hours in the dryer on low heat with dryer balls. Check the center by pressing hard and feeling for cool dampness. If in doubt, dry longer. Mistake number 4. Skipping the detergent wash after the soak. The oxygen bleach soak breaks down and decolorizes the yellow compounds, but it does not fully remove the sebum residue from the fabric and fill. If you skip the follow-up detergent wash, the residual sebum remains in the pillow and begins oxidizing again within a few weeks. The soak whitens, the wash cleans. You need both. Do you remember the cycle we talked about at the beginning, where the problem keeps coming back? Skipping the wash step is how that cycle starts again. Mistake number 5. And this is the one that explains why you have been throwing away perfectly good pillows for your entire adult life. Believing that a yellow pillow is a ruined pillow. The bedding industry constructed a narrative that yellowing equals contamination, that a discolored pillow is fundamentally degraded and cannot be restored. This narrative serves one purpose. It sells new pillows. A family that replaces 8 pillows every 2 years at an average of $30 each spends $240 on pillows every 2 years. Over 30 years of homeownership, that is $3,600. On pillows that were never worn out. They were just yellow. And the yellow could have been removed every time for less than $1. The bedding industry did not create the yellowing. Biology did that. But the bedding industry decided that the correct response to yellowing was disposal instead of restoration, because disposal generates revenue and restoration does not. Let me give you the final numbers, because the math on this one is some of the most striking of any video I have made. A 1-pound bag of sodium percarbonate costs about $1 and treats approximately 8 pillow soak sessions. Each session restores 2 pillows. That means $1 restores 16 pillows. The average family has 6 to 10 pillows in the house, counting beds, guest rooms, and couch pillows. Following the industry recommendation of replacing everyone to 2 years at an average cost of $25 to $35 per pillow, a family with 8 pillows spends $160 to $280 per replacement cycle. Over 10 years, that is $800 to $2,800 on replacement pillows. Over 30 years, $2,400 to $8,400 on pillows that were never worn out. They were just yellow. With the oxygen bleach method, the same family spends approximately $2 to $4 per year on sodium percarbonate, soaks their pillows 2 to 3 times a year, and keeps the same pillows for 5 to 10 years until the fill actually compresses past the point of comfort. Lifetime pillow expenditure over 30 years drops from thousands of dollars to under $200. And not a single functional pillow ends up in a landfill because it changed color. Here is a number that should bother everyone. Americans throw away an estimated 50 to 60 million pillows per year. Most of those pillows are structurally fine. The fill still has loft. The seams are intact. The fabric is not torn. They are discarded because they are yellow. 50 million pillows in landfills every year because of a color that costs 50 cents to remove. If even half the households in this country knew this method, we would eliminate 25 million pillows from the waste stream annually and save consumers collectively over $1 billion a year in unnecessary purchases. The information exists. The chemistry is simple. The industry just never told you. Carol treated all 8 of our pillows in one Saturday afternoon. She did 2 batches of 2 in the tub, then ran them through the washer and dryer. Total time was about 6 hours, most of it waiting. Active work was about 30 minutes. The total cost of powder was about 50 cents. Every pillow came out white. She put them in fresh cases and set them on the beds and stood in the bedroom doorway for a minute just looking at them. She said, "This is how they are supposed to look." She was right. That is how they are supposed to look. And now she knows how to keep them that way for as long as the fill holds up. She told me something else a few weeks later that I want to share because I think it matters more than the money. She said the worst part of the pillow situation was not the cost of replacing them. It was the feeling that she was failing at something basic. Keeping a clean house. She said every time she pulled back a pillowcase and saw the yellow, she felt like she was not doing her job right. She did not know it was chemistry. She thought it was her. And that feeling of failure was exactly what drove her to the store to buy new pillows every 2 years without questioning whether it was necessary. The bedding industry did not just sell her pillows, they sold her shame. And shame is the most reliable purchasing trigger in the history of marketing. Nadine knew. The hotel industry knew. Every commercial laundry in the country knew. The only people who were never told were the people buying the replacement pillows. 350 million pillows sold every year in this country. A significant number of them replacing pillows that had nothing wrong with them except a color that $1's worth of powder could remove. The chemistry was published decades ago. The method is standard in every hotel laundry you have ever slept above. And the bedding aisle at the department store keeps growing because nobody told you that the answer was in the cleaning aisle the entire time. 1 cup of powder, a bathtub of hot water, 4 hours of soaking, and pillows that look like the day you brought them home. If you want to see what the cleaning industry has been hiding since the early 1960s, that video is on your screen right now. Subscribe if you have not already. I will see you over there.